Hallo zusammen und willkommen zu einem
Hello everyone and welcome to a new talk on our Laco YouTube channel. Amazon, Atlantic, Mojave, and Himalaya. These are the names of our sports watches that we will be talking about today. What these names are all about, and why these watches are also being compared to a scorpion, we will find out after the intro. So we have a new talk from the Laco showroom in Pforzheim with a new face in front of the camera. Today I have Sebastian here with me from the sales department. Welcome, Sebastian.
Hi, Amina.
Nice to have you here. Like I said, today we're looking at sports watches. You've brought us a whole bunch of watches today. Let's start with this simple question, Sebastian. How did the idea for the sports watch come about?
The idea definitely came from our oceans and seven seas. This, in turn, came about because emergency personnel, both from the police and the military, approached us because they needed a watch for certain extreme situations that could do everything and which could withstand daily use in extreme situations. Among other things, the watch needed to be water resistant up to 1,000 meters and have a helium valve. Because of these specific requirements, the watch had to have a very large diameter of 46 millimeters.
You don't really need these special requirements that you just mentioned, Sebastian, for normal everyday use.
No, you're right. We came to that same conclusion ourselves, and that's when our new sports watch was born. Also, we had a lot of Laco fans come to us saying, "Why don't you make this beautiful watch in a more wearable version?" And that was the birth of our sports watch.
Let's take a closer look at the watches now. We see different bright colors, a total of 4 color accents that we can choose from. In terms of design, however, the watches are all the same. What are the key points here?
Welche Eckdaten haben wir hier?
So in terms of the construction, the watches are all the same, and we have the following build. We have a 42mm stainless steel case. We have a ceramic bezel that is unidirectional rotating. We have a screw-down case back and a screw-down crown, so we guarantee a water resistance of 300 meters.
But only if the crown has been screwed in properly, correct?
That's absolutely right. Especially when you set the time, it's really easy to forget that. It is very important that you then twist the crown back in.
Now that was the technical description of the watches. Visually, we also have similarities in the watches.
Ja, das ist richtig. Und zwar haben wir ein gebürstetes
Right, yes we do. We always have a brushed stainless steel case, a matte black dial with Arabic numerals, and a white minute track. In addition, we have a grippy ceramic bezel that rotates in one direction, and also a crown protector, which is also featured in all 4 models.
Let's talk about the names and the colors, the distinguishing features of the watch series. The names are reflected in the colors, such as orange for the desert, for the Mojave, or blue for the Atlantic Ocean. Where do we find these different color accents in the watch?
Finden wir denn diese verschiedenen Farbakzente in der Uhr wieder?
As I mentioned earlier, the color accents are found in the watch strap, and we also have these color accents in the ceramic bezel, which also glow in the dark, and at 6 and 12 o'clock on the numbers, and very importantly, on the minute hand.
And on the seconds hand, a tiny splash of color.
Absolutely. Thank you for pointing that out. I almost forgot about that.
Die Uhren werden auch der Skorpion genannt.
Now, the watches are also called scorpions. And this brings us to this very interesting question. Yes, we can turn the watch around. There's a beautiful relief of a scorpion. Why a scorpion, Sebastian? Why no other animal?
Der Skorpion ist sehr robust und daher auch sehr vielseitig.
The scorpion is a very tough animal, as well as versatile, and can live in all kinds of habitats, just like our sports watches that can be worn in all sorts of outdoor scenarios and be of use. So the name fits perfectly with our watches.
Das heißt, alles Eigenschaften des Skorpions, die auch die Uhr...
So the watch possesses all the characteristics of the scorpion. And with that, the naming makes perfect sense. I mean, scorpions can be found in the desert, in the ocean, and in the mountains, or even in the jungle. This is an absolute eye-catcher and my personal highlight of the watch.
Richtig, und vielleicht noch ergänzend eine kleine Anekdote.
For sure. And there's one more awesome detail. Some rare scorpions glow at night, and you can see their fluorescence in the moonlight.
Underneath the relief, we have the movement. Which movement does Laco use here for its sports watches?
We use a Swiss automatic movement, the SW200 from Celita, with a date display.
The standard grade for the movement is the Elaboré quality level, but there is the possibility of an upgrade, right?
Correct. You can upgrade to the top grade movement, which is then the next quality level.
So, are there any other upgrades on the watch that the customer can choose from? So not only the movement, but also on other elements?
There is the option to have the domed sapphire crystal to be anti-reflective on both sides. The standard default is always one-sided anti-reflective on the inside, but you also have the possibility to have an anti-reflective coating on both sides.
So far, it was always possible to personalize every Laco watch with an engraving. Is this also possible with the sports watches?
We don't have much space left on the case's back because of the relief of the scorpion.
So difficult.
But we do have the side of the cases, where we have the possibility of individualization and an additional engraving.
Is that a free option when you order, or what would I have to pay for it?
It's free when you order from our store.
In the store, you can also find different straps. Tell us a little bit about the selection, Sebastian.
Über die Auswahl.
Ja, wir haben zum einen zwei verschiedene Arten von Kautschukbändern.
We have two different types of rubber straps. A NATO-style pull-through rubber strap available in different colors, as mentioned earlier. Then we also have a two-piece rubber strap, and last but not least, a metal bracelet.
Also with multiple functions?
Yes, we have the possibility to put the watch on over a diving suit with a diving suit extension system, which is quite easy to loosen, and we also have the possibility of a fine adjustment so that the watch fits the wrist better.
Und je nach Band kreieren wir
And
ja auch
depending on the strap, we can create different looks. The rubber straps create more of a sporty impression. The metal bracelets can be worn more elegant, maybe with a shirt if you like. So we always have the possibility to create different looks. We have given our viewers so much information now, Sebastian. I think they need to get their own impression live. Feel free to try on the watches at our showroom or at the trade shows that we regularly attend. Otherwise, is there another possibility?
unterwegs sind. Ansonsten gibt es ja noch eine andere Möglichkeit.
Or at our dealers worldwide. You can find the addresses on our website.
And if you decide to buy a sports watch, it will be delivered to your home in a typical Laco travel case. I hope we didn't forget anything, Sebastian. If we did, please feel free to post any questions you might have in the comments. And that's the end of our talk today. Thanks for being there. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you. I also had a lot of fun.
You're very welcome, and a huge thank you to you guys out there as well. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye and see you next time.